Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about staff accountability. In the beginnings, we have schedules and we all follow them. My schedule happens to go by when my volunteer of my internship is taking place. So I'm always there on Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 1:30 to 6:30, and on Thursdays I'm there from 1:30 to 8 p.m. Now, some of the staff are obviously have different schedules and whatnot, but some of them seem to think that they can come and go as they please. But for our drop-in center to remain open or be able to be opened at 1:30, you have to have 2 staff on the floor. So when staff are constantly late and constantly having an excuse as to, oh, I had to do this, or oh, my kid needed a ride and all that, like, I'm all for supporting families and the lifestyle we all have, but we need to communicate with our company that we're working for, because these kids are reliable as well on our accountability. If we are not at work on time, they cannot utilize our facility on time, and that type of stuff isn't fair to them or the company. You're taking advantage of the situation. During my supervision this week, I talked to Mark about how to help staff be more accountable and what I could do, and eventually I'd like to be a supervisor, and how do you get your staff to be more accountable? And he mentioned reinforcements, telling them, hey, those of you who are 10 minutes early, I'll have donuts, or I'll have this. And he said sometimes that helps, but he said sometimes you really have to lay down the law and lay down a consequence, of the sense of, if you're not in on time one more time, we're going to have a write-up, and then we're going to follow up with another write-up, and then there may be termination, because you need to be reliable. These kids are so used to being let down and having somebody not show up for a meeting, or give up on them and not provide them dinner when it was said, or whatever it is. We need to be those people that are accountable. As a social worker, we're one of the only stable people some of these youth and clients will have in their life. And it's one of those things where if we can't be accountable, how are we going to change their thought of how the human race interacts? If we aren't accountable, how can we expect them to be accountable? How can we tell them, like, an important part of their job is to be at work on time? I can't tell a client that if I'm not on time for my meetings with them, or I'm not on time for the drop-in hours to open. So this has been an ongoing issue now with the same staff for 3 weeks. I've voiced my concerns and asked if I could be of support in any way, asked if I showed up a little bit early, would that help anything, but it doesn't, because everyone's their own piece to the puzzle, and I can't solve other people's problems. I am already working with clients. I can't be the one to take up hours of another person. I'm only one person. I can't be 2 people on the floor. So their hours this week were dropped, and they did give their notice. And one of the things that I have learned from accountability is, if you love your job, you're going to be on time. If you love the work you do, that hits your conscience when you aren't providing the most caring environment, which to me, a caring environment is being accountable. One thing that I enjoy about my place of work is a lot of people give their opinion, and the kids actually told this staff, I don't really want to do work with you because I don't know if you're going to be here tomorrow or be here on time, so I don't want to make a plan with you. And it really shows where your relationship with that client lies when they can't even hold accountable to you. So my question to you guys would be how would you represent accountability with your clients, in the sense of, how would you teach them that people expect you to be prompt and on time and accountable for your own actions? Because accountability is one of the biggest things to trust, and it's going to be really hard to trust someone that you can't count on. Thanks, guys.